Hello friends, welcome to today's video. In this video, we are going to discuss how you can write a resume for especially for the freshers who are looking for a job in the IT field. Okay, so in 2021, the professional model of a resume, how it will look like, and three different models of resumes are shown in this video. Okay, so let's begin the session today. Before beginning the session, please do subscribe to my channel and please like the video. And if you have any comments about the video, please let me know. So let's start the video. So let's see what are the points that you have to include in the resume as you are a fresher. Okay, so let's see here. Here you can see the contents in a resume. Okay, so the first one is the career objective. Okay, we'll come to the topic in the next slide. Okay, in detail how to write a career objective. Okay, the next is the academic credentials. Okay, what are your academic credentials? Like your high school marks, your higher secondary, and the graduation. If you have done the post graduation, then definitely include that as well. Okay, while including, it's not all about the marks, in which institution you have studied, in which year you passed out, and in which month you have passed out. All these things must be included in the academic credentials. Okay, the next thing what you can do is the internships. Okay, by if you are studying any professional course, you know that you might have so much of internships, right? Like the internships which are mandatory during your college days, right? So such internships can be included. And if you don't have any other internships, how you can get the internships and certifications for free without spending any money. Okay, please do watch that. And if you can do some internships or certifications, then definitely you can include those in the resume. Okay, the next thing is the professional experience. Okay, if you have any professional experience, or if you were like salaried, like you got salary for doing something, or if you are like doing a part-time job, then definitely those are your professional experience. Then definitely you can include those professional experience in your resume. Okay, the next thing is the technical skills. Whatever skills you have, even though you have studied the computer science graduation, then definitely you have studied so many programming languages, right? Then definitely you can include all of those in your technical skills. Okay, the next is the academic project. In your college days, during the graduation or the post graduation, you have done so many projects in such a way that in the final year there will be a main project, and in the third year, if you are doing a BTech, then in the third year you will have a mini project, right? I hope for all the courses you are having the two projects, right? One is the mini project and the next one is the main project. You can include both of them if you are trying to get a job in those fields. Okay, in the field that you have worked, or you have done the project in the same field, if you want a job, then definitely you can include that in the academic projects. Okay, the next is the certifications. I told you, if you don't have certifications, don't worry, there are 7 different options that you can choose and do the certifications. I have done that video, like the top 7 certifications, which is always a add-on to your resume. Okay, do watch that video and then you will get an idea how you will get the certifications for free. Okay, the next is the personal details. The personal details means you can include your date of birth, nationality, your marital status, and things like that. Okay, and if your job needs you to be traveling, then definitely you can include your passport details, which is your passport number. Okay, the next is the languages that you know. Even though you know some of the languages to write, or some of the languages to speak, or even some languages you might be able to Just if you hear, you will be able to understand, but you are not able to respond back. Don't worry, you can give a graphical shot of each language, how much you know. Okay, if you know to read, write and speak, then you can give 100%. Okay, otherwise what you can do is you can just remove one or two of your percentage points and then give. Okay, so that is how you show how well you know each language. Okay, the next one is the voluntary works. If you have worked with some voluntary groups like the NSS in your college, right, National Service Cadet, okay, in such of the things, if you have worked and you have got certification, then definitely you can include that. If you have done some voluntary works, because you are not able to get any money or any advantage from those voluntary works, but to make others help, or like you guys know there were flood, right, then there was something like flood relief camps where they were collecting the things and then transporting. In such organizations also, if you have worked, then definitely you can include those in the voluntary works. Next is the achievements. Achievements in the sense that if you have group dance, skit, or like you have scored something like first place, second place or third place in your college, school, youth festivals, you can include that. If you have just participated in some of the sports activities, like you have scored the first for the football team, then definitely you can give that as an achievement. This is just to show that the last two ones, the voluntary works and the achievements, is just to show that you were a good team player and you are a dedicated person who works along with the team. Okay, to judge just for all that, we are putting these in the resume, because being a fresher, you have got all these skills more than the internship and the professional experience, right? Then definitely you can showcase all of them in your resume. Okay, now let's see how to write a career objective. Okay, here I am going to show you 6 ways how to write a career objective. Okay, so always while writing the career objective, always make sure that you are short, clear and crisp about your career objective. Okay, don't make it too long or too short. Okay, because it can be of a medium length, and it should be always conveying that how will you be able to contribute to the company, as well as what will be the benefit of the company if they hire you. Okay, so in such a way that I have the knowledge and I would like to of the company, or you can tell like I want to grow my career as well as with the growth of the organization. Always be make sure that there should be some growth or benefits for the organization as well. In your career objective itself, you have to mention all of those. Okay, so now let's see the first one. Okay, in the first one they are saying like looking for an opportunity to build a career imparting all the knowledge acquired, which will help me to explore myself fully and substantially contribute to the growth of the company. Here itself they are telling that we have got all the knowledge acquired with me, which will help me to explore more as well as for the growth of the company. Okay, make sure always you have to tell how will you be benefiting and what is the benefit for the company as well if they hire you. Okay, the next is that to pursue a highly challenging career in application technologies. So whichever is the technology that you are focusing on, then definitely you can give those technology name. Okay, with a team of highly experienced professionals. Here they are mentioning like your company has got highly experienced professionals, so that I would like to work there to get those knowledge as well, right, and to substantially contribute to the growth of the organization. This is also a good one. The next is like aim to be associated with progressive organization where I can create a position for myself as an efficient professional in the highly competitive world through honest, committed hard work in conjunction with my knowledge and positive attitude, which will also ensure beneficial for the organization. Okay, so here we are telling you have got some interpersonal skills. So in the third one, they are mostly concentrating on the interpersonal skills that you have, like honesty, committed hard work, and your positive attitude and things like that. Okay, you can even mention that skills as well in your career objective. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Here you have written a resourceful BE graduate having 1+ experience in the teaching profession. So if you have done in some other domain of work, then definitely you can just mention that. And if you are pursuing any of the internship from any of the private companies, definitely mention those in your career objective. There is no wrong in writing all of them in the career objective. But in the next thing you can see that they have mentioned some of the words that are not familiar to us, right? Like pinnacle with sheer determination. Don't use such hard words or the words that are not familiar for you even. Don't use that. If you understand the words, you can always use the simple words for writing the career objective, because it should be always simple, crisp and clear. Okay, don't make it too hard so that the HR would not understand what you have been writing in the career objective itself. Okay, but always you can mention your skills, like you have got determination, dedication, hard work, adaptability, fast learner and things like that. If you want, you can add them in your career objective. Okay, I don't recommend you guys to read all of the 6 and just copy one into yours. Okay, because that is not a great deal. Okay, because all the people watching this video knows that they will be able to take this same career objective and then put it there, right? So that is not the way. Then if all of you are applying to the same company, then the person would understand that all the career objective are the same. Okay, so you can read these and then write it by your own. Okay, so that is always a great deal in writing the career objective. Okay, let's move on to the fifth one. An energetic, dedicated, motivated individual seeking a career that would enable me to utilize technical and interpersonal skills, willing to work as a key player in a challenging and creative environment to apply and enhance the current skills to acquire the new skills. This is also a very good thing that they have told, like enhance the current skills to acquire the new skills. Okay, so they would like to have to improve their skills, right? This is also a good one, and they have given so many adjectives that defines them. Okay, the next is a BTech graduate, computer science graduate, a marketing professional with expertise in. So if you have got multiple expertising, then definitely you can use something like this. Okay, and even they have mentioned like a creative and target driven team player, even to show that you are a good team player. That is why I told you always you can have the voluntary works or the achievements kept in your resume, so that they will understand that you were a team player, a dedicated team player. Okay, so definitely you can use all of them. Okay, so I hope this career objective was clear for you, how to write the career objective. Now let's move on to the resume models. Okay, so here you can see this is a resume model without the declaration in your resume. Okay, because there is no declaration, because nowadays it's all digital work, right? So you are sending to the HR your resume through email, so it is always good that you don't keep the declaration. Otherwise what you have to do is you have to keep a declaration, then go take your digital sign and place it there, and at each time after the declaration there will be a place and a date. So the date should be changing as the date changes. Okay, because keeping today's date and sending the resume after 10 days, that is not a good practice for you guys. Okay, so here are all the things that I have mentioned. Like first is your name, your degree. If you have done the MTech or Masters or PG, then definitely keep them. Your mobile number to contact, your email ID, then your GitHub, GitHub means it is where you do your projects, right? So if you have done a very simple project, try to put it in the GitHub, so that in the GitHub itself they will be able to see those projects. At least you have done that much, you have take that much effort to study something or made an effort to create something. Definitely they can see it in your GitHub. Okay, the next is the LinkedIn URL. You know, because from the LinkedIn Learning and all, you might get so many certifications and they can see them all in a very good portal, right? Your LinkedIn skills tests, that all can be seen from your LinkedIn profile only. So always keep your LinkedIn link also there. Okay, now is the academic credentials. Okay, here in this academic credentials you can see all your college, your degree, then which was the branch that you have studied, your college name, place, month, and the date and the year. Okay, all these things you have to mention. Okay, next is your technical skills. If you are being skilled in some of the code editors, then definitely you can put all of them there. Okay, next is the personal details. If your job, other than these four, if your job requires a travel, then definitely you can put your passport details there. Next is the languages. Here it shows that the languages like English, I know all of the three proficiency in such a way that I can read, speak, and then understand. So that's why I gave 100 marks. Okay, but in Hindi you can see that I am not that good, because I just know to read and write but doesn't know to speak well. Okay, so that's the reason why I gave only 4 dots. Either you can use dots, stars, or graphs to understand how well you know each of the language. Then next is the LinkedIn certification as the solo learn certifications that I have received. If you have not watched how to go get those certifications within an hour or something, then definitely you can watch that. Okay, and I have given all the links there. Here is the complete thing: your career objective, professional experience, internship, academic project, voluntary work, and the achievements. Now I'll show you how you can create a resume with the declaration. Okay, so here is a resume with declaration. So here in this declaration, other than that everything is the same, that's why I am not going on repeating the things. This is the model 2 that you can create with the declaration. Okay, place, date, and signature. Always make sure you have signed as well as your date is being refreshed. Okay, now this is the model 3 where you are giving in all in a single page. This is a 2-page resume. Okay, being a fresher, it's always good to write it in a single page. This is a single page resume and this is a double page resume. Okay, you can see that all the things are kept in such a way that it's a double page resume. Okay, it's not been partitioned. Okay, but you know that the spaces, there are so many vacant spaces. To utilize it, you can do it this way also, but don't make it so congestive that the people doesn't even want to look at your resume. Okay, so all the content is the same itself, but the model has only been changed. I don't prefer you guys to keep your profile picture or a photo of you, because there are so many things like if you look good then you will get a job, if you don't look good then you won't be able to get a job. It's nothing like that there, but still I don't recommend you guys to keep the profile picture even if you look good or bad. It's always a good practice not to keep the picture. Okay, then this is the declaration also I have kept here. If you don't want the declaration, do take it out, and I have given the achievements as well as the voluntary works what all can be included, as well as the languages. Okay, what are the languages that you know, that also I have kept it here, but always it should be very aligned and things like that. Okay, don't make it so congestive that all the things are kept into a one page. Okay, you can use double pages also, there is nothing wrong. Okay, but being a fresher, I always recommend you guys to write it in a single page. Okay, So that's all for today's video. If you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel and press the bell button. Okay, and see you in the next video with some other interesting topics. And if you have any feedbacks or any suggestions, please do let me know in the comment box. Bye and see you in the next video.